What's up, Airheads? My name is Dylan with Bold North Airguns. Today we are diving into the fascinating world of airguns. Whether you're a seasoned shooter or just curious about what an airgun is, this is the perfect video for you. Today we're going to cover different types of airguns, different uses for airguns, a little bit of airgun history, how to fill your gun, and a lot more. So let's jump in.
We should get an airgun pistol.
So what exactly is an airgun? Well, simply put, an airgun is a type of gun that uses compressed gas or air to propel a projectile. Unlike firearms that rely on gunpowder, airguns are powered by, you guessed it, air. This often makes the guns more affordable, easier to shoot, and quieter. There are several different types of airguns, each designed with its own purpose in mind. The three main categories are CO2, Spring-Piston, and PCP, which stands for pre-charged pneumatic. We'll take a deeper look at each one of these categories throughout the video, but first let's take a look at a little bit of airgun history. Airguns have a rich history that date back all the way to the 16th and 17th century. Early examples were used for hunting and even military purposes. These primitive airguns were quite advanced for their time, featuring mechanisms that were both innovative and effective. Did you know that Meriwether Lewis and William Clark used a .46 caliber Garandoni air rifle on their expedition to explore and map the Louisiana Purchase from 1803 to 1806? You can find several entries in their journal where they referred to their air rifle, and they even used it to take down a bear and other wild game. How cool is it that an airgun was perhaps one of the most influential weapons in the opening of the American West? Over the centuries, airguns have evolved significantly, from the introduction to spring-piston mechanisms to the development of pre-charged pneumatic systems. Each one of these advancements has made airguns more powerful, accurate, and reliable. Let's take a closer look at how airguns work. At their core, airguns use compressed air or gas to propel a projectile. There are several different power sources, including CO2, spring-piston, and pre-charged pneumatic systems. Each has its own mechanisms and advantages. CO2 guns are a popular type of airgun that use carbon dioxide or CO2 cartridges to propel pellets or BBs. These are a fun type of gun to plink around with and can be great for training purposes as well. You've got to ask yourself one question. Are you feeling lucky, punk? Well, do ya? They are going to be far less accurate than spring-piston or PCP guns due to their inconsistent gas pressure at different temperatures. Typical CO2 pistols will use one 12-gram CO2 cartridge, while some of the rifles will use a two 12-gram adapter or an 88-gram tank. These 12-gram cartridges will give you around 30 to 40 shots per fill in a pistol, whereas the 88-gram tanks can give you up to 200 shots in some of the larger rifles. CO2 guns are fun for shooting paper targets and cans, but lack the power and accuracy you need for any form of serious shooting. Spring-piston air rifles and pistols are a common type of airgun known for their simplicity and reliability. These single-shot airguns use a spring-powered piston to compress air, which then fires the pellet out of the barrel once fired. There's two main types of spring-piston guns. There's a brake barrel, and then there's an underlever. This is a brake barrel, so to cock this, I simply put the buttstock against my leg here. I'm going to keep one hand on the gun at all times, cock it like so, into your pellet, into the barrel there. It's important to always keep one hand on the barrel whenever you're loading these. If I were to take my hand off and pull this trigger, this barrel could fly forward and either hit me in the face and do some serious damage, or it will almost all the time break the stop and crack the stop right there. There's just so much force behind that spring. It's really important to keep a hand on that at all times. So the pellet's in, I can close it, safety off, and should be ready to fire. One of the main advantages of spring-piston guns is you don't rely on external air. making them cost-effective and easy to maintain. These come in a lot of different variety and have models suitable from everything for competition shooting to small game hunting. PCPs, or pre-charged pneumatic air rifles, are a popular type of air rifle known for their power and accuracy. PCPs use compressed air stored in a built-in reservoir to propel pellets or slugs downrange. They can be filled with standard breathing air, or sometimes shops will get a large nitrogen tank, which works just as well. Unlike firearms, airguns are designed to shoot at subsonic velocities, which is anything under 1,125 feet per second or less. This is for two reasons: to maintain accuracy and to reduce noise. When pellets travel at supersonic speeds, they literally create a sonic boom and become unstable in flight, which decreases accuracy. One of the key advantages of PCP rifles is their ability to deliver consistent power with little to no recoil, which makes the guns extremely accurate and fun to shoot. Another cool thing about PCPs is they have the ability to hold a magazine, which allows you to shoot multiple shots without having to reload your gun. There are both semi-automatic and fully automatic PCPs available on the market.
2, 1, fire. Oh, all right, that's good. Where's Tim Allen?
It's beautiful. Yeah.
A lot of PCP guns nowadays have a built-in regulator that regulates the amount of air pressure per shot. The onboard regulator makes the guns extremely consistent, which results in a higher shot count for fill and greater accuracy. This makes airguns ideal for target shooting, competitive shooting, and hunting. PCP airguns come in a variety of calibers and styles, from large, big-bore air rifles to compact air pistols. You can find whatever you're looking for. While PCPs are more money up front compared to other airguns, their superior performance and versatility will oftentimes justify the investment for serious shooters. Additionally, they can reach higher velocities and longer ranges, which makes them suitable for a wide variety of shooting activities. Now, if you made it this far, you're probably wondering, how the heck do you fill one of these things? Well, these air reservoirs are filled by using either a hand pump, an external air tank, or a specialized air compressor. Airguns are typically filled to over 3,000 psi, which is an extremely high amount of pressure. To put that in perspective, your average car tire is filled to around 30 to 45 psi, and your standard shop compressor that you would find in a garage or an auto shop or something only fills to around 200 psi. Hand pumps are a cost-effective and portable way to fill your gun. They work much like a bicycle pump, but are designed to reach the high pressures that are required for PCP guns. While they do require some physical effort, they're super convenient for people who are shooting in remote locations. I will say that because air guns fill to such a high pressure, this process is not easy and can take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes, depending on how big of a tank you have and how physically fit you are. I can almost guarantee you that by the time you're done filling your gun, your heart will be racing, and after a couple of times of doing it, you'll probably want to upgrade to a tank or a compressor. The most popular option for filling your air gun is an external air tank. Obviously, the size of the tank that you have will determine how many times you can fill your gun, and they do come in a lot of different sizes. Obviously, I have a larger size here. This will fill my guns anywhere from 30 up to 50, even 60 times. And then the smaller tank here, which is great for backpacking. You could throw this in your backpack and go shooting. It's carbon fiber, so it's lightweight. This will fill your gun anywhere from like 5 to 10 times, depending on how big of an air tank or air cylinder you have. Most people use carbon fiber tanks because they're lightweight and can fill up to 4,500 psi, which is more than enough pressure to fill your gun multiple times. External tanks will have some sort of hose and gauge assembly. This gauge will allow you to see how much pressure you're putting in the gun as you fill it. The tanks that you use to fill air guns are the same types of tanks that you would see a firefighter wearing on his back to breathe. In fact, a lot of air gunners will get their tanks filled at their local fire station. Fire stations will typically have a commercial-grade compressor that can fill your tank no problem. As long as you ask nicely and bring the right type of fitting, you should be good to go. The last method of filling is an air compressor. These specialized air compressors are designed to automatically fill your gun or tank to whatever pressure you require. With most compressors, you can set it to your desired pressure, connect it to your gun or tank, and walk away as it's filling. Compressors are more expensive than hand pumps, but offer a fast, convenient, and effortless way to fill your air rifle. Some models, like the Omega Trail Charger, can even be powered by your car battery, which makes them extremely convenient for use in the field. For those of you who skipped science class or haven't spent any time in Florida, you might not know this, but air has moisture in it. So it's important to make sure that your compressor has some sort of moisture trap built in to make sure that no water vapors get inside your gun to damage it. All of these methods will fill your gun and make sure that you're ready for shooting, but the best choice for you depends on budget and convenience. There are many different uses for air guns, but one of the most popular is target shooting. You'll often hear this referred to as plinking. Air guns are a fun and affordable way to shoot without breaking the bank on ammo. For around $10 to $20, you can get a tin of 500 high-quality pellets, which is more than enough for a full day of shooting. When handling air guns, safety should be your top priority. While they're super fun to shoot, they are definitely not toys and should be treated with the same safety in mind that you would use when shooting a firearm. Always keep the barrel pointed in a safe direction and never point it at anything you don't intend to shoot. The legal requirements for shooting an air gun vary by location, so it's important to look into your local restrictions before shooting. In most states, air guns are not classified as firearms, so they have much fewer restrictions and don't require any sort of special licensing. You can even have air guns shipped directly to your home without having to go through a licensed dealer or FFL, which saves a lot of time, money, and hassle. Also, you may have noticed these little beauties on the end of the barrel. Since air guns are not classified as firearms, we can add these aftermarket moderators to the end of the barrel to quiet the guns down. You can thread these onto the end of the barrel and use them for hunting purposes and even shooting in the backyard. A lot of the times when you add these, the pellet hitting the target will be louder than the gun going off. Okay guys, so today we've covered a lot about air gun basics. I hope this has given you a better understanding of what air guns are and how they work. Stay tuned for my next video where I'll dive deeper into the different uses of air guns and why my wife and I love the sport so much. If you have any questions or would like to share your own experiences, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Again, my name is Dylan with Bold North Airguns. Stay tuned for more videos all about air guns, and stay safe out there, airheads.